Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be replacing my old ABS spoiler on my Model Y with a brand new carbon fiber performance style spoiler from EV-Base. I can't wait to show you guys this process. I installed this spoiler a long time ago. It's one of the first things I did to my Model Y. I absolutely love the look, but today we're going to upgrade it to an even better look with carbon fiber. Let's get into it. So before we unbox the new spoiler and start talking about all the things it comes with, I want to go ahead and take off this old spoiler. It's just stuck on with like a 3M adhesive. So the first thing I want to do is warm up the adhesive with a heat gun so I can kind of pull it off easy and hopefully not have a whole bunch of residue left over that I have to deal with either alcohol wipes or some other way. So I'm going to work on heating this up, just kind of getting down in here along all the cracks with my heat gun, and then we're going to slowly pull off this spoiler and see what we're dealing with on the back end. Always be careful with the heat gun because you always want to move it around so you don't damage any of your paint. It gets really hot. So I got it nice and loose. This side's kind of already coming off over here. And I'm just going to keep kind of just working off that adhesive. I am going to have some cleanup to do, and I kind of expected that with this adhesive. 3M tape is really strong. Let's just keep working at it over on this side. I think we're finally getting it. There we go. All right, we got the spoiler off. You can kind of see on camera, I'll come in here for a close-up too, so you can see what all the residue is left here. But I think it'll come off just fine. I'm gonna work on heating it up, using a little solvent and getting kind of rid of it, and then we'll get ready to put on the new spoiler. So after about 10 minutes, I was able to get all the residue off and kind of get it nice and clean again. There is some residue from the Goo Gone I used. I used some Goo Gone and just, some pressure with a microfiber towel. But I'm just going to go ahead and give the car a wash. I don't like leaving any of this residue on there, especially when I'm installing a new spoiler. So I'm going to do a quick hand wash, just get it nice and clean, get all the residue off, and we'll be ready to go with the new spoiler. So after a quick hand wash, we're back in business. Perfect surface. Let's go unbox that new spoiler and take a look at it. So as I said in the intro, I got this premium carbon fiber spoiler from EV-Base, Model Y, and I went with the matte finish because it's kind of what I like to do on my car. I really like the contrast between the glossy and the matte finish. So let's take a look. I did have to kind of mangle the box to open it up here. It comes super nicely packaged with these staples in the top. So let's open it up and see kind of what we're working with. So you get a nice kind of foam liner here. Looks like there's nothing else in the box, so we'll get that out of the way. Kind of lift off this cover. And here you go. You get some really nice packaging. Let's start with this kind of little baggie of goodies here. You get some nice kind of a painter's tape, kind of like to attach the spoiler at the end here. We'll cinch it all down. Some additional adhesive, some really high quality 3M adhesive tape, which is nice. Awesome instructions for how to install the spoiler, including a QR code for installation video. That's super cool. You get some actual stickers, so it kind of tells you where to install the spoiler. When you're measuring it from both sides, you want to be extra careful to get it centered. This will help. There's a little tiny cutout here to tell you how to position the spoiler. That's everything in the baggie there. Let's go open the actual spoiler itself and take a look at it. Comes really nicely packaged. The ends are really nice and secure. Go ahead and pull those off here and slide it out. And there you go. I love the subtle details on this spoiler. It's an absolutely beautiful carbon fiber. I'll get you guys some close-ups here. But then there's these really nice details that are going to match the curves of our Model Y exquisitely. I think they're going to be really nice. So it already comes with some pre-installed adhesive on it, which I like. We just gotta have to peel that off and stick it on there. But I like that they include an extra roll in case you ever want to add more or just make sure, something else you need to stick on the car. I love that matte finish. I love the additional design detail of this little kind of swoop, this little cutout right here on both sides. It looks extremely sharp. Let's head over to the car and we'll go ahead and prepare the surfaces and get it installed. So we're back over at the car and I want to do a dry fit just to see how this new spoiler kind of fits on the back of my Model Y. And then I'm going to do some really fine tuning and lining it up where I want it. So let's take a look here, and I'm just gonna, there's nothing, I haven't peeled off anything yet. We're just gonna kind of place it back here. I wanna just kind of see how it lines up and see if the curves kind of fit and hug the curves of my Model Y. Of course, it fits awesome. I already really like the look, how the lines match up with those little accents on the side. It's It's a really sharp spoiler. I think it looks really cool. I'm going to grab a tape measure, and what I want to do is measure the sides from kind of the angle of where my trunk meets my fender over here on both sides to make sure my fender is really aligned right in the middle. And I'm going to mark each side with some painter's tape. So I'm really happy with that positioning. I'm right at exactly 5 inches from the tip to the either side. So I'm going to grab this little sticker that they included with the kit, and it kind of has an up and a down side, and I'm going to put it over on the left so I can acknowledge right where I want my spoiler to be when I come back and put it on. On this right side, I'm going to take a little bit of this included painter's tape and just kind of mark where the spoiler ends so that when I come and install it with the adhesive off, I know where I'm going to put it. Get a little piece of this. I'm going to do a little kind of angle, kind of right there. And one more on this side, kind of like that. So I know right where that tip is going to be. I'm going to do one more check with the measuring tape. Then we're going to come back and use some alcohol wipes to really clean up the surface here, make sure it's nice and clean, peel off that adhesive, and we'll get this stuck on. So I'm really happy with the positioning of the spoiler. I'm going to go ahead and remove it, get this out of the way, and just take an alcohol wipe that I had at home, and I'm going to clean off the area. Even though I just washed the car, I really want this 3M adhesive to stick really well. I don't want any residue here. So I'm just going to wipe this surface area off one more time and let that alcohol evaporate. It's going to leave me a super clean, super nice surface that's going to promote really good adhesion. So just wipe this off anywhere where I think that adhesive is going to go. And it's really just right along the ridge here of my tailgate. So get that nice and clean all the way out to the edges. And just give that a few seconds to evaporate, and it's going to be a super clean surface. While that's evaporating, I'm going to go ahead and peel off the adhesive that came included on my spoiler here. So just kind of get down, get my finger in it. Sometimes I find this is easier to do with like an X-Acto knife because you don't want to peel up the actual adhesive itself. So I'm going to get an X-Acto knife and start just peeling up those tips, and we'll get that cleaned off. I'll show you how I do that if you can see. Just get down, and I don't want to peel off the actual adhesive itself. I just want the backing. So sometimes they're double sticky and it's hard to get both of them. So I just like to get my X-Acto knife in, and then I can peel up that edge. See how easy that was? And I'm not fussing or mussing with it. Okay, now you get kind of one shot to line it up really nice and well. So I'm going to take my time and just make sure it's lined up where I want it before I really kind of press it on. Get that tip kind of lined up over there, right in my little crack area. This side lined up right over here where I want it. I think that looks really good. Both of them are right where I wanted them. Let's just go ahead and apply pressure all the way around. Make sure that adhesive really sticks and it's kind of locking it down really good in place. And I'm going to take my time and just apply pressure all the way along the whole spoiler because I want it to last. I want this adhesive to work, and you only get one good shot at it. I'm going to remove my stickers, get them out of the way, and my painter's tape. And just keep applying some firm pressure all the way around. I want to get you guys some close-ups of how it looks just after I've stuck it down and given it some pressure for a few minutes. I am going to go and put some painter's tape along just to help apply pressure over the next couple hours, and even overnight would be better. But it held on really nicely. I'm really happy with how it turned out. These angle lines matching right up to the kind of ridge line of my Model Y I think look really good. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some of that painter's tape. I'll show you how I do that. So the whole point of this next step is really just to apply firm pressure and really just kind of keep the adhesion promotion going. So I like to get it nice and firm on the top, push in, kind of pull down on it while I'm pulling it, and get myself a nice long strip of tape. Don't worry about wasting it, and keep that pressure on and push it all the way down and then down onto the other side of the car. So I'm going to keep that pressure the whole way. It's not doing anything if you're not applying pressure, so you want this tape nice and taut the whole way. Let's do another one. Get a nice piece of tape, go right next to it. Lots of pressure on the top so it pushes really well. Push in, push down on that tape, and then stick it to this bottom surface. Make sure that adheres really well. So we're about finished with the install. After we got the spoiler stuck on and we have all the adhesion promoting tape really applying that firm pressure for us over the next couple hours, this thing's not going to go anywhere. I'm really confident in the adhesive on the backing of it. I really like the look of the carbon fiber. Let's come back in a couple hours through the magic of editing. It's going to be a few seconds for you, and let's see how it looks. Well, that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys liked some of that drone footage I got. I recently got a drone and wanted to incorporate it in some of my review videos. So what a perfect opportunity to do that. I really like this spoiler. I love the carbon fiber, the matte carbon fiber. I think looks great in addition to some of the other carbon fiber and matte accessories that I've added to my car over time. I really like how it looks. I think it's going to be durable and last a long time with that genuine carbon fiber. I have no issues worrying about something like this sticking on the car. I saw a lot of comments, and people commented on the last video where they talk about the spoilers might fall off if highway speeds. None of that's going to happen. This 3M tape, this adhesive they use is really strong. I have no worries of it ever coming off. I had my last spoiler stuck on for over a year this way, and guess what? That's what Tesla uses to attach their spoilers on their Model 3 and Model Y performances, the ones that have spoilers on them. So it's going to be just fine. I really like the look. I love the little existing angled cuts here. I think it looks sporty, and it really kind of makes your Tesla stand out, which is what we all kind of want to do. If you're not customizing your car, what are you doing? So I appreciate you guys coming back to the channel. If you're interested in this kind of spoiler, I'll have a link to it down in the description on EVBase's website. Whenever you shop there, always use discount code GAMBLE1080. It gives you 20% discount and helps out the channel. It's just a win-win for everyone. So use code GAMBLE1080 whenever you shop at EVBase. This spoiler also comes in a glossy finish if you want to go straight gloss. So, you know, a lot of people like gloss accessories too. I went with the matte. If you're interested in anything else that I like to accessorize on my Tesla, check out my Amazon storefront. It has things in there of how I use my Tesla to go camping, when I charge my Tesla, how I like to detail and clean my Tesla. All those products are on my Amazon storefront, so check that out as well. Again, thank you guys for coming back for another video. I appreciate all the support on the channel recently. It's been taking off more than I could ever imagine. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I have a ton more content coming your way. Have an awesome day.